I see what you're saying.
We have a right to film anybody
Okay.
who is under the employment of another in the state of California, meaning that if I pay taxes to the city for them to be my public officials, I have a right to film them because at the end of the day, they're working for me, the people. Correct?
Yes.
So if anyone out here, whether it be
Any public official,
whether it be a public official, and from my understanding, even things that are funded by state benefits such as Caltrans,
yes,
I do have a legal right to film those individuals and those corporations, and I have a right to expose the injustices they do to our people.
You know what we would like is if there were officers and they came out of their vehicle, part of their policy is they're supposed to, on every call, they're supposed to turn their body camera on. So there should be, I'd like a PRA of that body cam footage.
You have to submit that. Yeah.
Well, now you work with the city. It shouldn't be that hard.
I know, but I
So
don't have
I mean, the blockade almost feels like, you know, that's what policy does. Our policy is we actually don't help you.
My area, I try to take out most of the brush, you know, just so I can eliminate that potential hazard or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, for the most part, we try and keep it clean, you know.
We were just talking about.
Hi, my name is Baldemar Scients. Today we had an incident where they came in and did a sweep. I believe it was a supervisor for the PD, came in and said, you guys can go ahead and leave your stuff here. I was going to go ahead and take my stuff, but he told me go ahead and leave it because, you know, they're going to clean up and you guys can come back in about an hour. But I promise you, everything's gonna be here. Nothing's gonna happen to it. So that's all I have to say. And you know, unfortunately, I lost a lot of things. I lost my parents last year, and I had some valuable things, you know, sentimental things that I lost. So yeah, there was two of them. They ordered us to put everything. We're good as long as we put everything away from the asphalt against the fence. So, I mean, those were the directions, and we do that. Next thing you know, it's like, okay, nothing's gonna happen to your things. Your things are gonna be okay. Go ahead and step out. And when you come back, they should still be there.
Hello, my name is Roberto Martinez, and now, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even have a jacket to, you know, for tonight or anything. All, you know, my blankets, everything. I don't know where I'm gonna go. You know, I come to the park right here at Sherwood Park, and you know, I'm like, I can't even sleep here anymore because, you know, the police come and tell us we can't be here. So, like I said, I don't have no family out here. The only family we got, and we're all going through the same struggle. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Go to Chinatown. We went to Chinatown. But they don't have no open places. So what are we to do? You know, can't go here, and then, you know, we get threatened that, you know, either we move or we go to jail. For what? We're not criminals. You know, I'm not, like the brother said earlier, you know, we're not convicts. We don't steal from people. We're just trying to scrape up what little we do have, and we help one another out because we're on the same struggle, you know. And I don't understand how we have fundings, but where are these fundings at? Because we're not getting help out here. And a lot of people, you know what I mean, we're in a struggle where they don't have time to go out to the city council. Or they don't have time to go do this stuff because, you know, we're thinking, where are we going to go sleep tonight? What are we going to do? That's what's stuck in our minds. So yeah, we would love to go. You know, a lot of us would like to, but there's a lot of us out here. This is just some of us, just, you know, that are willing to, because I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And this is what I have to do to somebody to hear me out, and to that you know there's a lot of us out here, and we do need help. You know, and when there's nobody's giving us no kind of programs or what to do other than Chinatown, what are we supposed to do? We're not trying to go to jail, but at the same time, you know, what can we do? We don't have jobs. We're trying to get there. You know, we need shelter. We need somebody to start, you know, giving us places to live so we can actually take a shower, get some clean clothes, so we can go to an interview and get some work. How am I supposed to do that when you guys are taking all of our stuff? And who's to blame for that? You know, but now I'm right back, you know what I mean, where I first started, and this ain't much, and these Converse are not, you know, they might look nice, but they're not good shoes to be walking on, you know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen of Salinas, my name is Jericho Camarena. I'm currently homeless, and I've been struggling with homelessness for the last couple of years. I can only speak on behalf of myself when I say this, but know that there are many people in the same situation such as myself who go through various hardships and states of depression because of things that our own city workers and Salinas PD put onto us. We understand you guys want to keep the streets clean. That's respectable. But you know what? I've lived in communities where we keep the streets clean, where we make sure everything around us is good. We don't hurt anyone. We don't steal from anyone. So let me ask you this. Why are the people that are placed into these positions of power by the taxes the people of Salinas pay doing that to us? We don't do that to them. We don't have anything to show for ourselves sometimes. We're struggling, trying to do the best that we can to get into programs, to have a bed, a roof over our head, food and water. And yet, the people, the cops, the city workers sometimes, whether it be councilmen or otherwise, push an agenda against us. It's unacceptable. In 2021, August 8th, I became homeless. And ever since then, I've learned that the people out here are the biggest, most diverse family that I've ever had. I love the struggle I was given and all the people in it, but understand this. In order for us to make it out of this struggle, it's going to take more than that just to get us out of it. Because a lot of the time, the city and the people put us through it. And that's why we're here. What needs to happen, there needs to be continued funding for the places that advocate for us, for resources, for shelters, for the street outreach teams, for programs to get us out of here, because I guarantee you 99.9% of us would not be out here if you gave us the resources necessary to take care of us and to give us a roof over our head. I promise you that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen of Salinas, my name is Jerko Camarena again, and please have a blessed day. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen of Salinas, my name is Jerko Camarena. I spoke at the last City Hall meeting, and I'm doing my best effort as a member of this community to speak up on behalf of the people I represent, and doing my best to advocate for them in a productive and community fashion. Essentially, I've been homeless for several years now, but I'm doing the best coming out of a new situation to do the betterment of myself. And all I have to say is, I understand you guys have the best intent for us. I really do. You guys funded these programs like the SWORD, Navigation Center, so on and so forth, to help assist us, and I respect and love you for that, and so do a lot of other people. But please understand, when you initiate policies in regards to alleviating homeless camps or regulating on those camps, you guys might have one way about how you represent the policies you want to be implemented. But understand they're not always carried out that way by whether it be PD or other city officials or even Caltrans. Sometimes we're given notices and stuff is taken a couple days prior to the date of that notice, and we're told, oh no, you guys can't say nothing. I'm in charge of that. We changed this date because I'm the sergeant, I'm the foreman or so on and so forth of the team doing this operation. You have no room to speak. And that's not right. We have freedom of speech, as I remember, part of this Constitution, and that should be something that's valued upon us. So all I ask is that you guys don't necessarily have completely unfair policies, but please try to enforce the positive ones that you have. And understand that what little we do have, that's all we got. So if you can, give us some leniency. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of Salinas.
I'm Raul Vela. I understand how it is with fundings. I've been in situations where there's no funds, and I painted murals in Salinas. I was even given a certificate from the governor of Salinas. But due to fundings, just like the housing, the mural program was shut down, and only maybe out of 5 murals, I probably only have 2 left, because either building this or painting over that. I even had a mural on Chambers of Commerce building. So I understand where it comes with when it comes to budget funds or whatnot, but at the same time though too, I was doing good. Felt good doing murals in my own community. No taggings, felt good that no one, the respect level of that. But now them not to be around, it's like just like this, the funding for homeless people. I mean, we struggle, we have our trials and tribulations, we're just trying to make it ahead. Just like most of us, and just like I'm sure of all of you, you have kids. You want them to do better than you, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to show them when you're struggling yourself on this is how a man's supposed to be, or this is how a productive member of society is supposed to be, or this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself. It's kind of hard when you're struggling yourself to, be able to get up, shower, be clean, fill out applications when, your phone uses up the data real quick, and, you're only limited to certain situations, certain things that are available to us. At the same time, it would really help if people just took a step back and we're all trying to make it better, trying to get to a better place. Anybody that wants to stay stagnant or stay in the same position, yeah, I understand that'd be a waste. But most of us are trying to get out of this hole and trying to just succeed and progress and get at a better situation, better life, so that we could give our family a better life. I think that's what all of us would want and what we strive for.
Good afternoon. I'm just here to kind of set the element where something that transpired today during the cleanup. I was told I could go ahead and leave my things there. I was gonna put them on the dolly so I can, head out. But one of the officers told me, go ahead and leave them here. It won't be a problem. Your things will still be here. Unfortunately, I came back and my things were gone. I lost some things. I lost my parents last year, and I had some sentimental things of theirs, So it's pretty, it hurts, That's all I have to say.
Mayor, can somebody follow up with that gentleman, please, before he leaves?
Thank you. Wes Wise, Salinas Bonner County Homeless Union. Last meeting, we had a report on homelessness, but we didn't include anything about this element right here, the way our public works and our police department spends money, a considerable amount, probably more than we pay in services, to take people's affordable housing away. If you're not going to provide housing for people, why are you taking away people's affordable housing that they paid for themselves? It's not through tax revenue, but yet you're spending tax revenue to rob people on a regular basis. Caltrans says, oh, no, you're fine on that side. So, out of two cops, the lead cop says, oh, you'll be fine. And then come and see a big yellow bulldozer, which is telltale sign of the city, taking everybody's belongings. Now, we're not cleaning up trash. If you go look at there now, there's a lot of trash, but you took everyone's possession, anything of value. And I wish my two champion ladies would bring it up about stopping the sweeps altogether, because this isn't how we should be spending money to hurt people perpetually. It's like kick the can, as many rocks that come out and people are collecting the rocks. That's money. It's money off of human suffering. Some people's job it's crazy. When are we actually going to care about people, the rich in land, rich in values? You didn't do anything to clear the record, sir, Mr. City Manager. Nothing about the sweeps, nothing about just taking away people's property without even a posted notice, no legality whatsoever. What kind of policy can we put in place? What does it take for people to be able to keep their personal possessions and not be scurried around the city? You can't be here, you can't be here. Where can you be? We're gonna be right here. We're gonna start sticking and staying, and we're gonna start documenting. Our place is clean, it's spotless, this is not the stereotype you're looking for. And maybe then you'll be like, these people deserve a little bit more than what we're giving them, and a lot more than what we're giving them. Stop the sweep, stop killing people.
Can you get Wes?
Yeah, Wes.
Yeah, I'd love to help coordinate.
Yeah, be able to connect. I know Caltrans was here today.
Yeah.
Doing a big cleanup.
Yes.
Okay.
Up and down the north of Market, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
my name is Joe Camarena, and I would just like to state for the record, this gentleman, myself, and a couple of other people there, I just recently became homeless again. It's not something that's an easy thing to gravitate away from, I was staying at the Navigation Center, and I just spoke at the last City Hall meeting about a week ago in regards to the funding for the services provided by the city.
Yeah.
I would like to advocate for my people as best I can, because I know the struggle, and I'm currently involved in the struggle, and I'll never forget it, even when I'm doing good. But
You're doing great when you get up and speak. You do really well.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
speak really well.
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you,
And you're doing a
folks.
great job advocating.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I learned from this gentleman right here. With that being said, though, I can tell you for a fact, the community I was at was a clean community. We don't do illicit or illegal crimes that go beyond penal code of Salinas. We recycle. We work hard for the little bit that we have, you know, and for something like that to happen where we're told, you have a whole week, right? But at the end of the day, I still have to go out there and make money for my food, my ends. If I have a girlfriend or a dog, I have to take care of them before even myself. How am I supposed to move all that stuff in that time frame, not knowing what day it's on? If I could at least get a precise date and have that mandated that there is to be a precise date on these cleanups at the very least, with the 3-day notice, that's acceptable. That's something that would make a big difference. And at the very least, that the city could provide at these encampments or places they know the encampments are at, meet us halfway. Give us a city disposal bin. Myself and the community I stay with have cleaned up that area that we were in behind Postal Auto Insurance on North Main several times. We've cleaned up that area from other individuals who, for whatever reason, they didn't want to keep clean, but we cleaned it up. We'll do the most for the city if the city does for us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
When's the rent stabilization public?
Wes, do you
Yes.
think so it was Caltrans? Were you out there? Did you see?
No, I did get a couple of interviews right now, and that'll be posted later. But basically, Caltrans rolled up and directed by CHP to talk to them directly. So CHP did not talk to them directly, but they were directed by CHP on what was going to happen. So then Caltrans is like, okay, this is what we were told, and this is what you got to do. Just move it away from the fence, but keep it away from the asphalt or whatever, and you'll be fine. And then SPD come up shortly after that, 2 cops. And the lead cop says, well, you'll be fine, don't worry about it, but you please go right now while they're clean and everything, come back.
I was ready to put my cases in it.
And then just real
Do you know
quick.
who? Let me just because I got to get back in there.
Absolutely,
but,
absolutely.
Do you know who the 2 officers? I know you know.
No, I asked for a little bit of description. I did not. I mean, unless anybody know.
Ma'am, just real quick. I don't know the officers myself, but do you understand from someone who works for the city as how that can feel like entrapment to someone? Like, hey, you gentlemen, or you ladies and gentlemen, you're good right here, and then not even given 30 minutes, which took just 30 minutes to move our stuff from point A to point B. You gentlemen, you people have to leave a whole 45 minutes further before you can say you're clear of any problems. That's basically setting us up for failure. That's not okay.
I'm gonna see what I can do to connect to see, and I see what happened. Where does this stuff go? I don't know. So let me try and see what I can do. Okay.
Because you know what we would like is if there were officers and they came out of their vehicle, part of their policy is they're supposed to, on every call, they're supposed to turn their body camera on. So there should be, I'd like a PRA of that body cam footage.
You have to submit that. Yeah.
Well, now you work with the city. It shouldn't be that hard.
I know, but I
So
don't have
I
any
mean, the
authority
blockade
over that.
almost
I
feels
know.
like that's what policy does. Our policy is we actually don't help you.
Well, I'm trying. I want to see what I can do. So
And we
I'll
do respect and appreciate that. And on that note, maybe if we could continuously come out here and show that effort with you, maybe you could work with us to implement some new policies. So that way, it's not unrealistic or unfair to the city of Salinas, but it at least gives the people who are at a disadvantage that little step up so that we can be on the same playing field and have the same opportunities as anybody
Let
else.
me put it this way. I'll give you an example. Somebody said, "Oh my God, the homeless people are so dirty." Well, yes, we're a little dirty. We're out in the dust. You know what I mean? And logically, if there's no garbage can, well, yeah, there's going to be litter.
Yeah.
So in our area, we try and keep it clean. I recycle cans, and I did, I wanted to make money on it, but they came and they just,
Well, let me follow up on where your stuff. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah,
And
we'll try to get
I'll
sorted.
talk to
Yeah,
someone.
I'm with Sword as well.
I'm going to need to, can I get a business card?
I don't have one. I'm new to the city. I don't
Oh,
have
okay.
one yet.
Then what's your name and your role?
Lisa Murphy. I'm the new assistant city manager.
Oh,
Lisa?
okay.
Yeah,
Lisa,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah. So,
very
but
big pleasure to meet you. Very big pleasure to meet
That's why I
you.
asked about the location. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
Behind Wheelers, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
There's
the flooring-
I know what you're
there's a
talking
flooring
about.
company.
Okay.
I know what you're talking
Right,
about. Now when
right.
you say that, I'm like,
You
okay.
know what? Coast Auto Insurance is right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that happened, that your stuff was taken. I'll try to reach out. But let me what I can try to figure out. I'm still learning names. And,
Yeah, well, I mean, I would imagine what you're going to find is that the Public Works came and disposed of it all.
Yeah.
So that means dumpster run got paid, Public Works got paid, police got paid. To
It's
do what? To
Baldemar?
rob people.
Baldemar?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Can you spell it?
It's BALDEMAR.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. Okay, let me see if I
Appreciate
can
your
figure
time.
out. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, miss.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Hello, my name is Roberto Martinez. Just wanted to give a couple, a little incident that happened today. We had I'm homeless and we're staying right. I had a tent out there and we were told that we were gonna have a sweep, so we had all our stuff ready. And we did everything that we could, to have our things where they told us that we can leave our stuff, and then they told us to come back. And when we came back, they took everything that we had, and so now it's like I don't have anything other than what I have on me. I have my dog. They took my dog leash. I'm using a tape for a dog leash. I'm trying to get into a program and all this, but I'm trying to find resources, and they tell us that there's no fundings or there's no open spaces, and I don't know who else to go to or what to do, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling now even more because whether it's the city or it's the PD or highway patrol, taking our stuff. We're listening to what the law tells us, yet they taking our stuff and throwing it away, and I don't understand how we're supposed to get out of the little things that we do have. It's like I don't have nowhere to stay. They took my tent. I don't have no clothes. Now. I'm trying to get a job, but I can't even get help to even get my resources. Or my identifications to get a job. This is the first time I've ever become homeless. I've always worked my whole life and everything, and it's wrong, I think, what they've done. I'm not even from here. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. And I don't have no family out here, but yet, some of the, us homeless people, we're some of the greatest people, we actually stick with each other, we help each other out. It's not how a lot of people put us out to be there, If you actually get to know us, actually get to talk to some of us, We're not what people put us out there to be, but it's sad to me, how we're human beings. We're not animals or anything like that to treat us a certain way when we need help, And when we don't have the resources, where are we supposed to go then? We're running out of places to go. We're not trying to hide, but we're trying to change our ways or, get somewhere in life. But how are we supposed to do that when, the law is taking our stuff, Wherever somebody's taking our stuff, and we only did what they asked us to do, out of respect, and now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even have a jacket for tonight or anything. My blankets, everything, I don't know where I'm going to go. I come to the park, right here at Sherwood Park, and, I'm like, I can't even sleep here anymore because, the police come and tell us we can't be here. So, like I said, I don't have no family out here. The only family we got, and we're all going through the same struggle, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Go to Chinatown. We went to Chinatown, but they don't have no open places. So what are we to do? Can't go here, and then we get threatened that either we move or we go to jail. For what? We're not criminals. I'm not like the brother said earlier. We're not convicts. We don't steal from people. We don't do. We're just trying to scrape up what little we do have, and we help one another out because we're on the same struggle. And I don't understand how we have fundings, but where are these fundings at? Because we're not getting help down here. And a lot of people, we're in a struggle where they don't have time to go out to the city council. They don't have time to go do this stuff because, we're thinking, where are we going to go sleep tonight? What are we going to do? That's what's stuck in our minds. So, yeah, we would love to go. And, a lot of us would like to, but there's a lot of us out here. This is just some of us just, that are willing to because I don't know what to do. And this is what I have to do to somebody to hear me out and to that there's a lot of us out here and we do need help, and when there's nobody's giving us no kind of programs or what to do other than Chinatown, what are we supposed to do? We're not trying to go to jail, but at the same time, what can we do? We don't have jobs. We're trying to get there. You know, we need shelter. We need somebody to start, you know, giving us places to live so we can actually take a shower, get some clean clothes, so we can go to an interview and get some work. How am I supposed to do that when you guys are taking all of our stuff? And who's to blame for that? You know, but now I'm right back, you know what I mean, where I first started, and this ain't much, and these Converse are not, you know, they might look nice, but they're not good shoes to be walking on, you know what I mean? And, you know, I just pray and I hope that, you know what I mean, that, you know, you guys will take this in consideration, and, you know what I mean, we're not bad people, you know, we're trying to just help each other out as best as we can, but, you know, it's kind of sad, you know what I mean, how we're looked at it, you know, we're being judged or looked at it in a way where, like, people are disgusted by us, like, or we're bad people bringing messes everywhere and this and that. No, we're actually pretty clean people, you know what I mean? You know, there might be a few here and there, but we take care of that, you know what I mean? However we got to, you know, because, you know, we're not all bad out here. Most of us are pretty right on our mind, and we're just trying to get better ourselves in lives and hoping that somebody will either hear us out, you know, or help us out, or give us resources, or open resources, or whatever we got to do. But, you know, we're going to come and we're going to do what we got to do, you know, to survive. And I'm just here to speak a little bit on that. And see, first it started with the Highway Patrol was there. And the Highway Patrol was pretty much telling Caltrans what to do. So Caltrans was only going by whatever the Highway Patrol, because we were in, state property. So all of our stuff was in city property, where in city property they told us that we can keep our stuff, push all of our stuff by the fence, and we can leave all of our stuff, but we had to leave. We had to leave while they were doing the cleanup or whatever they were doing, and then we can come back and all of our stuff will be good, and they were going to give us time to get our remainings from where we right there in city property and leave. And then I guess PD came in and then they switched everything on us. So when we got back, all of our stuff they threw all of our stuff away. All of our stuff was gone. So we're like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, we do what you guys tell us to, and we still get our things thrown away. You know, I don't understand what's going on. I think it's everybody's miscommunicated or not communicated, because this person says that person, this Highway Patrol says one thing, and then, you know, Caltrans is only doing whatever, whether it was Highway Patrol or it was PD, you know. But I look at it as, you know, Highway Patrol, you know, they told us to do one thing, and they didn't touch our stuff, but then PD came in, even to the point where they cussed us out and told us to get our shit, or excuse my language, or
Give a direct quote.
get your shit and get the fuck out. Pretty much is what they were telling. That's how it was told to us. And why are they talking to us like that? We're not even, you know what I mean? We're asking questions like, okay, you know, there's no need for that. You know, it's like, yes, we can come at them another way too. You know what I mean? But we're not trying to come at people like that, because, you know, we're all trying to get along here at the same time, respect, you know, the law. But yeah, you know what I mean? You come at me in a disrespectful way where I haven't done nothing wrong other than do what you told me. Yeah, you want to sit there and talk to me a certain way, like, I can be the same way too, but I'm a bigger man than that, you know what I mean? I know the difference, you know. It's like, there's no need for that, so I'm still gonna comply, because I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not, you know, no criminal, and I'm not trying to be looked at as a criminal, but at the same time, you know, we're being misled, and we can do something, and then we put our trust in that, and then now we don't have nothing. And now we got a bunch of, you know, friends, individuals that are in the same struggle, homeless, and what are we to do? Where are we to go? You say there's resources, there's money, but I'm not seeing it, because I've been out here since 2017, and I'm still on the waiting list. You know, where there's people that just filled out and how they get in before, and I'm still number 16 trying to get in, you know, and I'm like, and I call and check up on my thing, and I'm like, how is it that this person just barely signed up? I've been since 2017, and I'm still facing the same struggle. Why? Because they keep doing the same thing over and over, taking our stuff away from us. And it's like, we don't steal, you know, I don't panhandle, you know, I just whatever I get blessed with, you know what I mean? And it's hard, you know, but, you know, thank God we at least have Chinatown, Dorothy's place, where, you know what I mean, we can at least have a hot meal or something, you know what I mean, where we can take a shower every, you know, and to feel better about ourselves. You know what I mean? Even though we don't understand what the heck's really going on because nobody's telling us anything other than so.
Recently, I just became homeless again, and those resources are tough to find out here. They really are. It's not a matter of just going in somewhere inside your house and having the privacy and courtesy of whatever the doors and blinds that you have in your house's cover. It's much more difficult than that. I've had to use everything from a bucket to a bottle to get rid of human waste, whatnot. That's really unfortunate, bro. And in that sense, I'm gonna tell you like a lot of other people won't tell you because at the end of the day, I'm really living it. This is while I've been living it now, almost 4 years. And so when I tell you these things, know that it's the absolute truth. I've seen a lot of other people go through it. I've seen women go into a little portable restroom that was left there, and not even 20-30 minutes later, somebody's screaming because this or that happened. The guy tried to go in there, or because a guy went in there with her, and it's unfortunate, bro. I don't know how else to explain that, but the point is the city's not doing everything they can to provide these resources for us. Realistically, in the same way that we get EBT for our food, we should get another card from welfare for laundry, bro. Why can't we have that? Why is this something we cannot have? That's for the people, that's for hygienics, that's to prevent future disease and problems, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I'm nobody special, no nothing, no whatever, but I'll utilize those tools necessary to make sure that my people and the people around me in general are treated correctly because I'm just like them.
Hey, I'm done with vlog.
And also too, we'll just set up a little
perimeter.
no,